In this video, we're going to assemble the 5x8 pavilion from Yardistry. We got that at Costco, and hope this video helps anyone thinking of setting it up. Let's get started. I put some footings in the ground where the feet are going to go. Did that ahead of time. So I put a couple tables out where I'm going to uncrate everything, put all the parts on there, and we'll get going. First, I say take out all the materials, lay them all out. I got them on the tables here. But except for the roofing brackets and the roofing material, I'll get to that after. Very important, you take your instructions here and just throw them out. Just kidding. No, I got the inventory laid out here. Next step is to put these on each post. Okay, got one done there, 3 more to go. Got all 4 of them on there. Now we're on to the next step. So first, just started with one post. Put one beam on there. Set the other beam in there. They stand up pretty good on their own. I guess you don't want to do it on a windy day. And get the next beam on there. Just follow the instructions real carefully that you line up the bottom hole, the top hole, which board overlaps which. I just loosely kind of put just hand tight on each to start off. When I go to tighten these, I make sure the board just eyeball that's parallel with the top of the beam, because all my footings are level. And once I tighten it all up, it should all line up at the top. At this point, make sure all your posts are level and square to each other. Now we install the gussets, the left and right. Tighten those up. Now we install the center gable end at the center of each the front and the back beam, where the peak of the roof is going to go. Now it's time for the roof assembly. Just lay all your parts out, put them as I should. Keep in mind the center beam's not in the center. There's a top and a bottom to these beams. It's a little bit tricky getting these nuts in, but once I figured out, I put the nut in the bottom first and then tighten it up, line it up, and then tighten it up after. That was the way to do it. Now that's the bottom of the roof there. At the top of the roof, there's clips to add, which will be important later on. Next, I add the roof rafters on each side of each roof panel. You got to be sure to follow the instructions closely here to get all your spacing right. Here's where you're going to want to make sure each roofing panel is square. Just look in the instructions, it gives you a measurement diagonally, and just adjust it as needed. This is why it's important to be square. Now you got to lay out your roofing panels. They're not going to fit properly if you're not square. Once we got those lined up nicely, when you go to fasten these down, we got 2 different screws. One for the wood, which is just a screw, and one that has a self-tapping screw. And that goes into the steel components. Next, we install our drip edge on the bottom. Of course, we put this on both panels. Okay, this is the part where you call your neighbor over, see if they can give you a hand, because these panels, they're not heavy, but they're awkward. So we get the one panel in and get the other. Just follow your instructions, what to line up with what, and away you go. Next, once everything's lined up, you install your truss brackets. Now we go to the side and we tighten up our rafter to beam brackets. Now we install our left and right gable uprights. Help finish off the roof. Now the bar which we put on both sides. I just marked a line according to the instructions, lined up the end of the bracket, and screwed it in. Now put the bar top boards on, line that up with the center supports. Everything's pre-drilled. Now we put the fascia on both sides, and we're ready to go. Now they do recommend legging this down, which I will do at a later date. So I didn't get on camera the installation of fascias or the ridge front, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Follow the instructions and you're ready to go. I hope this video helps anyone out thinking of buying this product, and it really does add a little feature to your backyard. And well, I did have some practice with the assembly today because I assembled this one last year, and it sure does add to the enjoyment of your backyard and the days that you can get out and use it, and it's been great. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps somebody else with their assembly.